This is huge for Katniss' trust issues Everdeen. One thing that gets totally glazed over about what Katniss and Peeta did with the nightlock berries is the fact that they stood back to back when it happened. This is how it goes in the book. I know in the film they were facing each other, and it takes away from how deeply they trusted each other at this point, especially Katniss. She expresses zero doubts that Peeta will put the berries to his mouth on the count of 3, despite not being able to see what he's doing at all. They've gone through a lot together at this point, but still, it would be incredibly easy to agree to do this with the berries, and once their backs are turned, just not take them and let the other eat them and die. Even if it wasn't intentional, like they just got scared and didn't do it, they can't see each other. And still, at this point in the story, Katniss is telling herself they're just buddies pretending to be in love. Hilarious. When the 2 Victor rule change is revoked, Peeta asks Katniss twice to shoot him with an arrow so she can win. Twice! And she refuses, so he takes off the bandage on his huge leg wound so he'll bleed out. And Katniss freaks out. She tries to put the bandage back on, and he's still deterring her, saying this is what he wants, and goes on about how much he loves her and what his life would be like without her. After Peeta begs her to let him die so she'll win, she gets the idea with the berries, and she whispers, "Trust me," and pours the berries into his palm, and they agree to do it on the count of 3. He gives her a little kiss, and then they stand, backs pressed together, empty hands locked tight. Back to back holding hands. And Peeta tells her to hold out the berries in her other hand so everyone can see. Katniss is very unsure this whole thing will work. She thinks, I give Peeta's hand one last squeeze as a signal, as a goodbye, and we begin counting. She's saying goodbye because she thinks this could really be it for her. What's going through her head at this moment is so important. Here's how it goes. 1, maybe I'm wrong. 2, maybe they don't care if we both die. 3, it's too late to change my mind. I lift my hand to my mouth, taking one last look at the world. The berries have just passed my lips when the trumpets begin to blare. Her thinking it's too late to change her mind just shows how committed she is to Peeta right here. It literally is not too late. She could have dropped the berries and told Peeta to also, or she could have just stayed still and let him eat the berries. She would rather die with Peeta than live without him. They love each other. Their hand-holding is so important too. Their co-rebel journey started by holding hands. At the opening ceremony, Cinna told them to hold hands, and they did. Haymitch said it was just the perfect touch of rebellion, presenting themselves not as adversaries, but as friends. At the opening ceremonies for the 75th games, they held hands again. Katniss asks, are we supposed to hold hands this year? I guess they've left it up to us, says Peeta. I look up into those blue eyes that no amount of dramatic makeup can make truly deadly, and remember how just a year ago, I was prepared to kill him, convinced he was trying to kill me. Now everything is reversed. I'm determined to keep him alive, knowing the cost will be my own life. But the part of me that is not so brave as I could wish is glad that it's Peeta, not Haymitch, beside me. Our hands find each other without further discussion. Of course, we will go into this as one. And then, of course, there was the way that all the Victor tributes held hands on stage after the interviews. That was huge for the rebellion. Since we're already talking about the 75th opening ceremonies, we need to talk about the outfits. This is a little Sunrise on the Reaping spoiler, so you've been warned. It's pretty minor. Most of this is Catching Fire lore anyway. But the tribute outfits for the 50th games, they were slightly fireproof. Haymitch describes the way fire reacts with his shirt as the front glows for a few moments like a bed of coals, then returns to black. Katniss and Peeta's second chariot ride outfits famously looked like burning coal. And here's how Katniss described seeing her black jumpsuit change when it was turned on. A soft golden light, but gradually transforming to the orange red of burning coal. I look as if I have been coated in glowing embers. Know that I am a glowing ember straight from our fireplace. The colors rise and fall, shift and blend in exactly the way the coals do. I do not see a girl or even a woman, but some unearthly being who looks like she might make her home in the volcano that destroyed so many in Haymitch's quell. Shut up. I can't believe that description is right there. Was Cinna inspired by those fireproof outfits from the 50th games for this look for the chariot rides? Wow. Wow.